Hi, I'm Digital Femme and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm actually going to share the IGTV video I did earlier today, and it was in response to my first IGTV video that I did yesterday. A few people had commented, thank you very much, and a few of them also had private messaged me, and they asked me how I was able to overcome that fear or shyness of just getting in front of the camera. And I thought about it, and definitely I had something to say. So if you are curious to know what I said in that IGTV today, then continue watching. Hi, I'm glad you stayed. Well, so here's the IGTV video. Hi, it's me again. So I was just about to do a video for YouTube, and then I felt compelled to turn this into my second IGTV video. I did my first one yesterday, and a lot of you had shared wonderful comments. Thank you for that. But a few of you have privately messaged me asking me how I was able to overcome like the emotional and psychological challenges, and what process or what was it that allowed me to just be able to feel comfortable and to just be in front of a camera and speak, because they have been thinking about it, but they just can't get themselves to. And I completely understand. So I was thinking about it last night, and I don't know if you know, and maybe some of you do this, but I do talk to myself. It's not really talking to myself. Oftentimes, even since I was a child, I would always imagine an audience or a group of people or someone that I wanted to say something to, and I would just literally say it. And I've been doing this since I was like, oh my goodness, like I said, a child, even up until now. So last night I was thinking about some of the comments, particularly some of the private messages that people had sent me. And so I was speaking out loud while I was lying in bed to those of you that had messaged me. And you know what? I should have recorded myself because it was really perfect. So I'm going to try my best to repeat what I said last night to you guys that really wanted to know how I was able to do it. Basically, I guess I wanted to say that it really comes from a deep level of self-acceptance. I know we all know that word, self-acceptance. We know it. We know it's something we need to have. But what does that really mean? And how do we go about accepting ourself? And what parts of ourself do we accept? Like, how do we go about it? Do we like our face, the sound of our voice? Okay, because a lot of you have said that I don't like the sound of my voice. I don't like how I look on video. Most especially, they don't like the sound of their voice. And I said in one of the comments to, I believe, Designs by Shay, at Designs by Shay, who, by the way, she just makes a wonderful, delicious, beautiful, I guess, treats for weddings, parties, any type of occasion. Cookies, cupcakes, cakes, anything, cake pops, you name it. She was one of the people that said she didn't really like her voice. I hope she's the one that said that, because I'm calling her out. I'm sorry about that. But I too felt the same way. But you know what? The more you practice, the more you hear yourself, and not really hear yourself. You know what? You all have a smartphone. Just do the selfie mode, self-facing camera, go to the video, press record, and just talk. And really, the first time you're going to do it and you play it back and you see yourself, you're going to go, oh God. And you might not ever want to do another video again. But you got to keep doing it every day. So I'm going to put a challenge to each and every one of you who have ever thought of wanting to, wouldn't it be nice to have a YouTube channel or say something on IGTV or Facebook Live? So what I've been doing in my YouTube channel that I'm jumpstarting, the Digital Femme one, I set myself a challenge, the 1-1-66-day challenge. And what that is, I chose to do one thing for 1 hour a day for 66 days straight. And what I chose to do was one video for 66 days straight. I'll tell you one thing, videotaping on YouTube and editing it, uploading it, putting the title description and making sure there's SEO and the keywords, it does not take an hour. But anyway, you know what I mean. So you don't even have to have a YouTube channel. I'm going to challenge you. If you really want to know how I did it, how I got comfortable doing the IGTV, it's because today I believe it's my 27th video in a row doing the YouTube video, and I'm posting it. You don't have to. So if you start tomorrow or tonight or maybe on Monday of next week, just videotape yourself on your smartphone. You don't have to post it anywhere, and just talk. Get comfortable looking at the camera. First of all, you got to find out if you're going to do the selfie mode, the front-facing camera, really find out where you look, because it took me like maybe 5 videos. Even though I knew where to look, it didn't seem like I knew where to look. But practice that. Get comfortable with looking at yourself. And all of you know that we are the most critical when it comes to looking at ourselves. Whereas everybody else, they just see what they see. They're like, okay, right? Really, that is how it is. But I guarantee you, by the 15th video, you hear your voice, you see your face, you get comfortable. Make friends with your face on video. Feel comfortable hearing the sound of your voice. Now, this is a 3-dimensional, easy peasy, factual, this is how to feel comfortable. Doing a video privately to yourself, save it on your phone, doing it once a day for 66 days. I kid you not. You don't have to show anybody, and you'll feel comfortable. But there is another emotional and psychological, spiritual level. And if you can get to that place, which I have, then it doesn't matter the sound of your voice. It doesn't matter what you look like. Look, I don't have makeup. I just barely have. I have eyeliner. I will always put eyeliner, and I will always do my eyebrows. I don't have lipstick. Like, I haven't really, look at my hair. So what my point is, if you really want to know how I was able to just get on IGTV, or how I was able to have the confidence to be on YouTube, like, there's so many millions of people that have a YouTube channel. Ask them. But you know what? I'm here and I'll tell you, you really have to learn to accept yourself. And right now, I can't tell you the process. One day I will. I promise. Once I figure it out, I have it. Energetically, I know. In terms of 3-dimensional words, I will figure it out for all of you. But all I know is it's self-acceptance. But deeper than that, you really have to love yourself. And I know, like, we all heard that. There's books written about it. I mean, Oprah did a series on it and blah, blah, blah. But you really have to love yourself. And I've come to understand what loving myself really means. I mean, there are friends, I have friends out there that are watching this, and you know what I mean. You've heard me. You've heard me say, I love myself. I really, really love myself. You've heard me say that 30 years ago, 20 years ago. You've heard me say that. And I did love myself. But at this stage in my life, I had gone through things that I'm so glad I did, where I reached the point that this whole concept And the sentence of I love myself that I've been telling people is nowhere near what it means to me now when I tell you I love myself. And it really comes from a course of actions, decisions, and choices that I made for myself that may seem very, very selfish to people. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Because number one, I had to really learn and identify what is it I really want for me. It's not anything material. But I have lots of things that I want that are material. Absolutely. It's more of wanting it's how I want to feel. It's how I want to be able to feel at any given moment. And what that is, what I want to feel is happy, joy, happy. And you have to craft that for yourself. For those of you that meditate out there and you can get to that happy place, your 10-minute, 1 hour, 15-minute, 20-minute of meditation, great for you. I've done that. I found that when I meditate, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30, sometimes I find there was once I meditated over an hour. And I think I kind of for most of that part, I fell asleep. I was sitting up, but I'm pretty sure I fell asleep. But that's, I don't want to be able to meditate to feel that happy place. I want to be able to be fully awake in my living room, in the middle of a meeting, or walking on the street or wherever, and just take a breath and go, I'm happy. Yeah. Literally, guys, I've actively worked for maybe it's come to 2 years of actively being self-aware of try to be self-aware of every single thought I had in my head, or how thoughts affected how I felt, or when I would react to things or react to people. Why did I react to that? Why? What was the filter? What was the trigger? 2 years of actively self-analyzing. Oh, you wouldn't believe. And I made over 300 paper dresses for therapy, and that's another video. So I know this is long, but I hope you get something out of this and you can feel the energy that I'm really trying to get out there is that when you hear people say you gotta, what did I say? You really have to know your worth. No, that's not what I said. Self-acceptance. You have to really accept yourself. You have to have self-acceptance. You have to really love yourself. You have to have self-love. To me, those two sentences mean completely something different today than it did last week, last month, last year, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and so on. But that's a process. This is my process. I bet I could have easily skipped. I don't think I could have skipped. That's not my journey. My journey was not to skip and boom, reach a state of nirvana or happiness. No. I had to go through what I had to go through, or else I would have never known the beauty and the joy of what I feel now. So I mentioned something today, and I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. There is a person in my life that has come to my life, and she is very, very dear to me. And I'm going to say her name, and it doesn't mean that all of you out there are not dear to me. I can name every single one of you. You know who you are. And maybe you don't know that I will name you, but I will name you. And you don't know, each one of you have touched my heart. Even if you were in an elementary school of mine and you were not in my grade, but we are still connected. Oh, believe me, I see you. I see who you really are. So with that said, Julia Elefano, she is the CEO of BG Marketing Authority. I met her through Araceli Martinez, one of my sister's friends, who has been a friend of my a good friend of my sister. My sister has many good friends, and she's one of them. And when I visited Toronto end of last summer, she felt compelled for me to meet Julia, and I did. And she's like the best, one of the best things that happened to me in my life at a time when I needed it. And right now, I cannot ask for a better, I don't know. I'm not going to say better because I know now the effort and the energy that needs to happen from me, in order to create or facilitate a type of relationship, a type of work relationship, a type of just relationship. The relationship I have with Julia right now, I mean, we can talk. She's a CEO. I'm her digital strategist. We talk about strategy or what. And of course, yes, there are lots of times we do not agree. And there are, and our teammates will attest to that. However, through that, I'm just going to speak for myself. I had to learn to let go of ego. I thought I had, but obviously I didn't. You know what? This is not the video to talk about. So I'm just going to stop here. So yes, if you really want to know how easy it is to just get on video, it's just like talking to your husband or your children or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your mom or your cousin. That's all it is. So what's the big deal? You know, get a glass of wine or whatever and just, because people do, and just do the selfie camera mode and the video, and then click record and say what you need to say. Because you know what? This is what I said last night. This is what I was talking to an imaginary audience. We all know that stories are what connect and bond us together as humans, other than common human experiences. And we've all heard that everybody has a story to tell. Everybody. And I know I'm going to call each and every one of you out, but I won't. Each and every one of you, you absolutely have a story to tell. Whether it's, I don't know, whether it's relationship story, work story, how you overcame whatever, even if it's a funny story. Because if it's a funny story, go ahead and make us laugh, because we need laughter. We need more laughter in this world. Please flood the social media feeds with funny, uplifting, positive things to make us laugh. So my point is, share your story. You have the right to share your story because you can, as long as and do have grace and respect for people that might. And you know what? I should forget it, because people can choose how they want to react to things. That's all I know. I know that. People can choose how they want to react to things, and people should not get offended by words. Yes, words have energy. Yes, I know that. Words have a vibration and a frequency and all that stuff. But if we worked on ourselves, if we really worked on ourselves and we operated from that divine light, God, creator, whatever you want to call it, inner being, if we worked on ourselves and we mostly operated from that aspect of ourselves, then no word, no sentence, no tone of voice could get us to come out of this feeling of we are complete, feeling of we are enough, feeling of we are amazing. I hope I got my point across. I really do. I think I did. I feel like I did, really. So, I don't know. Yeah, you really have to work on accepting yourself and just really be kind. Be kind to yourself. Just be kind to yourself. Just be kind to yourself. And that's what I've been learning, especially more so in the past year, past 6 months, and particularly in the past week. I made a decision that I had always wanted to make for so many years, and I claimed it. I claimed my space. And it's not so much my physical space that I claimed. It's more of like my well-being space, because I get to. I get to create and identify the kind of space, energetic space that I want for myself, all to myself. And how that, 3 feet of space, 6 feet of space, 10 feet of space, 100 meters out, that I constantly want to have what type of vibrational frequency. And I'm working on having the 100 meters out. It's kind of hard, but because 100 meters out is like how many neighbors, and you can hear arguments and stuff, so I don't want to be part of that. But so yeah, at least 3 feet all around, or 10 feet all around. Let's just say 11 feet all around. I love the number 11. I want to make sure that 11 feet all around me is an energy of just happy. And you guys can do that. So I know that video was rather long for an IGTV. I never expected it to be that long, but oh well. So if you do find the content that I've been putting up so far the least bit interesting, then go ahead and like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.